The Artisan Guitar Show is a celebration of the finest handcrafted guitars in the world and the men and women who make them. Handcrafted and vintage guitars are only a part of this great event. The Artisan Guitar Show concert series and masterclass series are sure to entertain and educate. Please enjoy a few minutes as noted guitar maker John Monteleone talks about the first time he saw a D'Angelico guitar and how that day influenced his career.
I knew about D'Angelico only because I bought his guitar strings. And I would come to understand that he made these guitars that were well known and very desirable. And in fact, I would see one of these guitars from time to time, because in those days we used to have a clam bar behind, not too far from our house. It was a restaurant. And there was a dance floor out there. And weddings would often take place, and there would be a wedding band. And I would, every time I heard some music going on, I would run over to this place, and there would be inevitably the guitar player. And I'd want to find out what he's playing. And sometimes I would see the guy's playing either a Gibson or a D'Angelico or an Epiphone or something like that. And I would tuck that information away in my mind. Also, when I was 12 years old, I was working for my father at the time in summer jobs. And in front of the shop, I would sit there on this little wooden box, scraping plaster lamps, because we had a section where we made lamps as well. And so that was my job. And I'd sit on this box in the summertime and watch all the trucks go by, servicing the delicatessen, servicing this restaurant over here. They would all come through the back where our shop was. So all this activity back and forth. In the middle of that was this one guy who kept coming and parking behind the insurance agency, and he would bring out a guitar case and go inside with it. Well, that caught my attention. I went over to him one day and I said, "I know that's a guitar. Can I see it?" "Yeah, sure." And he opens the case up and he shows me a Gibson ES-175. I said, "Wow, that's nice." He said, "You think that's nice? Wait till you see what I'm getting." "Oh, what's that?" "I'm having this guy in New York City, Mr. D'Angelico. He's making a guitar for me." "Really? I'd like to see that too." Sure enough, months go by. He drives in the back of this place again in his new Impala Chevy, convertible. And a new case comes out of the car. I said, "That's it." I ran over there. "Mr. Consiglio, can I see that guitar? That's your new one, isn't it?" Yes, you want to see it?" He opens the case up on the ground and he pulls out a guitar. And the guitar is like this one. It was brand new. You could smell the lacquer on it still. And it looked shiny and brilliant and new. And he didn't really play anything, but he may have strummed it a little bit. And I was so impressed with that, even though it didn't really fit in with the solid body electric guitar that I had in my mind by that time. I said, well, it's cool, but it's not cool. And I remembered that guitar forever. And the guitar never left town. It was always with the owner here in town. Later on, I would come into this guitar, which is a 59. It's the year, 58, excuse me, the year before the 59. His was a 59, this is a 58. This once belonged to George Benson, and I restored it. It belongs to my collection now. But this is as close as you can get to the very first D'Angelico that I ever saw, which influenced me for years to come, down the road. It would be something that I would hang on to.
Please join us for the Artisan Guitar Show in Hershey, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, April 7 through 9, 2017. And visit our website, artisanguitarshow.com.